So the first thing we're gonna play is storylines. Ladies and gentlemen, storylines is what you see it as, storylines.
Previously on Storylines, the Negro Leagues. When I met Buck in 1993, one of the first questions that I posed to him was, what motivated you to want to build a Negro Leagues baseball museum? And his answer was succinct, but very poignant, so that baseball's unsung heroes will never be forgotten. Without question, Satchel Paige was the Negro League's biggest and brightest star. A lot of people don't know that Jackie Robinson's illustrious professional baseball career began in Kansas City in 1945 with the Kansas City Monarchs. The beauty of the Negro Leagues is that they didn't care what color you were, and they didn't care what gender you were.
So, black women.
The legendary Josh Gibson would have hit home runs in any league, in any era, had he been given the opportunity to do so.
If I remember right.
What we are doing is fueling dreams. We're fueling the possibilities that come from this incredible story of amazing athletes who overcame the obstacles that were in front of them to go after their dreams. And the Negro Leagues gave them a platform to do just that. They say every star tells a story. And isn't it fitting that one story of triumph over adversity was founded in the winter and celebrated in the summer, under bright lights with stars in the sky. A story of monarchs and grays, clowns and Crawfords, eagles and giants, and of course, stars, who defined what for the love of the game really meant. And on those fields, under those lights, legends came to play, where their passion never died, where their stars would always shine. These are the legends. These are their stories. This is the Negro Leagues.
Yeah, all right. So, season 3 of the League. So, one of the reasons why I play the storylines, for one, I believe that, yeah, they give you Diamond Dynasty cards, which is cool. And they only have three new players this year, too, which is cool. 93 overall, Buck Leonard. So this to help my Dynasty team off rip. What's up? But not only because they give you Dynasty cards, but I like to learn about some of the Negro League players, you know, when they come out and stuff. And it's kind of like a history lesson type thing too. And then you get to play like certain moments and relive certain moments and stuff. So I kind of like that. But we're gonna try and do the whole thing in one go. Hopefully it goes well. And yeah, we're gonna start off with James Cool Papa Bell. I don't know who this is, but let's learn about him. So tally 1 hit, Kansas City Monarchs against St. Louis Stars. Let's get into it. Brings it an 80 overall card. So let's go.
Still believed to be the fastest man to ever play this game. How How fast was Cool Papa Bell? I guess you could say faster than a light switch. The legendary Satchel Paige would say of his friend that he was so fast that he could walk in a room, turn off the lights, get in bed, pull up the covers before the room went dark. They clocked him circling the bases in an amazing 12 seconds. He twice, honest to God's truth, twice scored from first base on a bunt in exhibition games against Major League All-Stars. He once stole 175 bases in a less than 200-game season. The legendary Jesse Owens, who at that time was the fastest man in the world, would never race Cool Papa Bell. He would have made Jesse Owens look like he was standing still.
Did you ever race him, like, before a game in front of crowds and stuff?
We had a doubleheader in Cleveland, Ohio, and he was in the stand. He see me running the bases around, and they say, I left my track shoes home, so I can't. I didn't have any track shoes. I got work.
Man, that boy got speed. Oh yeah, I'll yeah. Once I get my Diamond Dynasty team together, I'm definitely probably gonna put him up in here because I'm pretty sure he got 99 speed off rip. Man, running around the bases in 12 seconds is crazy. Look at the slow-mo. Alright, tally one hit.
Ready to go? Here's the center fielder, Cool Papa Bell.
Alright. Yes, I know how to do all this and stuff. I'm not using no shit. Here we go, man. First hit.
Okay, Mr. Misfit, but
High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. And that one upstairs, ball one.
It's crazy, Boog, but the story about Cool Papa Bell being faster than a light switch is actually true. There was a delay on the switch in a hotel room Bell and Satchel Paige were staying in, and Bell figured it out before Satchel got there. So he bet Satchel he could get under the covers before the light went out, and he won.
Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. So a man aboard now with one away.
Cool. Boom. We get some All-Star jerseys, 50 stubs, and then 50 XP. So that's cool. On to the next one. Oh man, once again, let me know what you guys think of videos like this. Let me know. Score one run. So they want me to steal.
Go ahead, run on base. Taylor now at the plate. Line drive, and Bell kicks it into high gear. Could be extra bases. Lead runner makes the turn at second. Throw is cut off, goes to first. Now he can't get back to the bag. Oh no! A huge base running mistake there.
I guess I was supposed to run the whole way. All right. I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Now it's the second baseman, Taylor. Bell aboard here at first with nobody out. Line drive, and Bell kicks it into high gear, and it looks like trouble.
Go! Why did I stop?
Cut off, throw to third.
Oh, you gotta.
And he's got no chance. He's out.
I didn't know it. You got to point at the bag.
Now here is Taylor.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Line drive, and Bell kicks it into high gear. Could be extra bases. Rounds third, headed for the plate. The relay.
Oh, here we go.
Save, he scores. Nobody runs like Cool Papa Bell.
I like that they added the little like swing moves and stuff. Obviously, you can't do it online or anything, but I like that they added it for like wrote to the show, and, you know, stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. I like that. Hey. All right, we already completed the episode. Let's keep it going.
Cool Papa Bell comes to the Negro Leagues as a pitcher. Had a full repertoire of pitches. Really good fastball, great breaking ball, screwball, knuckleball. He earned the nickname Cool Papa while facing the legendary Oscar Charleston in a crucial situation in a game, and he struck him out.
You're out. I thought Oscar Charleston and Ben Taylor. Wait a minute, I'm thumbing in my eye. Yeah, that's a curveball in the eye. That's what's in the eye.
And that led the St. Louis Stars manager to say, that guy is cool. And then he added Papa, and the name stuck. But Cool hurt his arm.
Papa.
And it was almost a twist of fate, you might say, that after he hurt his arm pitching, they moved him to the outfield.
Florida
and
Gators
the legend
are going to
of
the Final
Cool
Four.
Papa
Oh,
Bell was really born.
All right, what we got to do for this one? Cool Papa Bell.
Trust the vibe when it's the fly sinister, Philly certified finisher,
Like
the
a
prime
pitcher.
minister, and God's image, the monument, the high
So I got
mention,
one
set of
batter,
problems,
and I
acknowledging
give
how
up
to
one.
apply, penance for the
I think I
transgressions that
can
I've accepted, and acquiescence.
Oscar
Hopefully.
Charleston stepping in
I
now.
suck at pitching. I'm sure I
The story about Cool Papa Bell striking out Oscar Charleston is even more amazing when you realize it was actually in Bell's professional debut. He struck out Charleston and Ben Taylor back-to-back. Quite a way to start your career.
Ground ball, and that's through the infield. One runs in, the throw home. It's off the mark, and he scores. And it's now 5-4.
We can retry it again. It's all good. It is.
The bases all loaded up. And now the center fielder, Oscar Charleston. That clips the corner. Next offering is down low. Just missed. Big spot. 2 out. Both the tying and go-ahead runs are aboard. Ball 4.
All right. We gonna get it.
Oscar Charleston stepping in now.
I feel like I just got to throw like mad.
And that's through there for a strike. 0-1. In the air, left field. And that's the 3rd out.
That didn't work either. All right. So I got to figure out how to...
2 outs, bases full. And here is Oscar Charleston. A little bit high. Ball 1.
That didn't work either.
Skips in, and excellent work to corral that one. Could have been dangerous. All loaded up, dangerous hitter at the plate. Swings and misses, and it's 2-1.
Come on, bro.
On the ground at first. Bates takes it himself out to escape a...
It's gonna be hard. I know that people online...
So bases all loaded up. Oscar Charleston stepping in now.
Where I can use pinpoint pitching, even though...
Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
The story about Cool Papa Bell striking out Oscar Charleston is even more amazing when you realize it was actually in Bell's professional debut. He struck out Charleston and Ben Taylor back-to-back. Quite a way to start your career.
Base hit, 1 run in already. Now a second crosses the plate, and they take the lead in the 7th.
We're going to get it.
So up next, Oscar Charleston. And that is out of play. All loaded up, dangerous hitter at the plate. And he grounds one back up the middle. Nice grab. And they get the out.
All right,
2 outs, bases full. Charleston getting ready to hit. And that is in for a strike. And it's 0-1. Got it. Papa Bell leaves him loaded with the strikeout.
And we got a trophy. All right. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Cool Papa Bell is in left field there on our Field of Legends at the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum because of another special ball player that's in center field. But Cool Papa Bell is one of the greatest center fielders this game has ever seen. Quick release that made up for the injured arm and blazing speed. He played a shallow outfield, so it was hard to bloop it in front of him. And you had to hit it on a rope to get it over his head because he could get on his horse with the best of them. And Cool would use that blazing speed and ran himself into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 1974.
Okay, Cool Papa. Bro, they say he played. I looked at the timeline of his stone. He almost played 30 years in the Negro Leagues. That's crazy. This is from 1922 to 1950. That's crazy. I didn't know you could play safe ball and stuff that long.
So 2 down. Turkey Stearnes stepping
First person cam
to the plate now.
This is what it looks like. This is kind of cool. I kind of like that they added first person cam.
Out of line, out towards center.
Wait.
And this one is over. What a play to
I
end
like
the
that they
game.
added the first person cam to the game. It like helps with content creation and stuff. If you want to like a little bit of a challenge or like a first person view of how it is in the field. I don't know if we're gonna use it a lot, but we might. We'll see.
Cool Papa Bell was one of the great leadoff hitters of all time.
I bet
He became a great
speed.
switch hitter and then started primarily hitting from his left-hand side. So he's getting a running start from the get-go. Once while playing in Cuba, he hit 3 home runs. And you'll say, well, okay, there's a lot of guys who've hit 3 home runs, but there are not a lot of guys who hit 3 inside the park home runs in one game.
That's
Cool Papa Bell, while playing in Mexico, goes from first to third so fast on a single that the Mexican team stopped the game in protest because they swore he had cut across the diamond. There was no way in the world any man could get around the bases that fast. That's the speed of Cool Papa Bell.
Were you always fast? Oh, yeah, I was fast when I was a little kid. It was just something born in me.
That's crazy. Man, yeah, mad speed.
Don't nobody wanna dance slow when the
Oh my God, Buck O'Neal. Was he a switch hitter or what? Y'all seen this, right? What in the world? This dude just went from right to left. Was he a switch hitter?
Digging in is the switch inning outfielder, Cool Papa Bell.
I didn't just see that. I can't.
And there's a foul ball.
That was terrible on my part.
With a lot of Negro League stars, you wonder what they could have done if baseball was integrated at the time. Cool Papa Bell hit almost 400 in interracial games over the course of his career. It didn't matter who he was playing, he always excelled.
That one not close. Gonna count 1 and 2. You brought up Bell's success in games against white players, singing. Hall of Fame third baseman Pie Traynor said he could have made the grade easily and that he could steal a pitcher's pants. Another player said he must have had wings on his feet. Bell at the plate and takes high there.
I don't like that.
One of Bell's greatest compliments came when he dominated the interracial 1936 Denver Post tournament. The sports editor of the paper wrote, "All these years, I've been looking for a player who could steal first base. I found my man. His name is Cool Papa Bell."
Line drive. Newman makes the grab on the
That
run.
was at least a double. I thought I had enough to get the.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. And that gets down into the gap. Around first, heading for two. Making it two-hit ball game for Cool Papa Bell.
Let's go. All right, we got two more, and then we're done with this one. Tally 3 total bases. All right.
And we're back. And now, Cool Papa Bell. And that one sliced foul. The wind of the pitch.
We don't really have an accurate accounting of how many bases Cool Papa Bell stole. Not every team in the Negro Leagues kept track of stolen bases, so they just went unrecorded.
That one the other way. And a base hit. Now he'll turn for second. The throw in. And he's going to get to second with nobody out. Bell digging in again. He doubled his last time up. That one is absolutely belted.
Got a homer?
And it one-hops the wall. Coming home. He'll score. 2 runs are in.
That was easy. He was almost 90 when he passed. But yeah, I enjoyed this. But what I was about to say was we have a Negro League because some of those jerseys are like looking nice. And on top of that, I want to buy more
Cool Papa Bell.
baseball jerseys just because, like, you know, I got my senior one on. But I just want to buy more baseball jerseys in general.
Fouled off. He was late.
We could be all right. We could be all right. We could be all right. We gon' be all right.
1-1.
We gon' be all right. We gon' be all right.
On the ground to third.
Yeah, that was I don't know why.
And they get Bell for the out.
Judy Johnson was the best defensive third baseman in the Negro Leagues, and he said if Cool Papa Bell hit a ball to the left side that took more than one hop, there was no way to get him out. Judy said you might as well just hold the ball.
Hit hard, base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Silence for the record. Tell the world I know it's too late. Boys and girls, I think I've gone great.
And first offering is fouled off. When Cool Papa got inducted into the Hall of Fame, he thanked them for letting him smell the roses while he was still alive. He called it the biggest honor he ever received. But he always said the biggest thrill of his life was seeing the big leagues integrated. Next offering upstairs.
In his last season at 43 years old, Bell hit .397 for the Homestead Grays, but lost the batting title to Monty Irvin because he took himself out of the lineup for the last few games. Cool Papa wanted Monty to win because it would give Irvin a better spotlight for Major League scouts.
I like this card already. I agree.
Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Nice grab on the run. And that'll do it.
A little bit more, and that probably would have been.
And now it's going to be Cool Papa Bell.
We have to have each other for our survival. From the revolutionaries to the conservatives, a black united front
Down the line.
is what we're about.
And that's a foul ball.
To change another guard, an angel from the Lord in ceremonial garb, the big homie in charge, main culprit at large, emerging.
Out to short Mendez.
I was trying to get
And an easy out to start the game.
Blood in the water, no stopping the top shotter. I drop multiple arms like candelabras on a mission. I'm chasing chicken like a chupacabra. Salute your father, I'm headed back to Wakanda after the drama. Rappers get meta back to the trauma. The lion separated from the pride. I rule.
And that one is lifted in the air. Bradley brings it in, and there's two down.
Represent the unwanted, undesired. Wash my hands of it all, then raise one and testify to lyrical. I'm guilty but justified.
Miller back to work. That one pushed foul.
I knew what I was going to do when I was 10.
The pitch.
Trust the vibe when it's the fly sinister.
1-1.
Philly certified finisher, the prime minister, and God's image, the monument, the homages to the problems, acknowledging how to apply.
Lifted in the air, right field. Bradley makes the grab, and there's two gone.
So stream it at your own discretion. Every answer question, investment in your own protection. They be like black. Well, who knew we'd be receiving a new
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
But that's what Healy mean, and the freedom is still you to the booth.
I think this was the last one too.
Okay, all set to go. Here's the center fielder, Cool Papa Bell. In the air, right field. Bradley makes the grab. And there's one down. On at first, nobody out. And a foul ball.
Yeah, I'll be reacting.
Gotta do better. I gotta do better. I gotta do better. Gotta do better.
And the pitch. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. And that will drop foul.
Pick up the pieces and master the puzzle upon us. Look the man in the mirror in the eye and be honest. Slow down time. Get back in the
Grounder might be two. Sutter over to second. Relay to first. Double play. Miller back to work.
I gotta do better. I gotta do better. I gotta do everything in my power to try to do what gotta do. Ride the tide, don't fight with the current that guided you. Melt the ice round the furnace burning inside of you. I gotta do better. I gotta do better. I gotta do better. There's nothing they can do that I can't do better. Better yet, there's nothing I can do that I can't do better.
And that one ripped into right. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. One down. Bell smacks this one deep to right. And that's going to bang against the wall. Not stopping. He's going for 3. Safe at third as he swims around the tag.
I did it. Let's go. That was a good way to end that. That was a good way to end that. All right, man. Yes. All right. Cool. Yeah. I like this card already. I like this card already. They showing his pitching stats. Oh, they gave him 89 speed, bro. Why y'all didn't give this card a 99 speed off rip? All right. But yeah, I like this card. Switch hitter. I like this card. Good first one. Good first one. All right. Next one that we're gonna do is Wilber, Bullet Joe, Rogan. Some of these names are fantastic. Okay. Some of these names are fantastic. Wilber, Bullet Joe, Rogan, and he look like he's a pitcher. All right.
That man is just built different.
Shohei.
What I really love about this phenom by the name of Shohei Ohtani is he's now led folks to come to the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum wanting to learn about the great two-way stars of the Negro Leagues.
Look, it's 6 o'clock, I'm hopping out of the bed. Rain falling, calling X, but my phone line's there.
Perhaps the greatest two-way player of them all was the legendary Wilber Bullet Rogan.
Don't nobody wanna dance slow when you put in.
Who was a star for the great Kansas City Monarchs in the Negro Leagues. Now, Bullet Rogan, at first glance, didn't look like a great athlete. Shohei Ohtani is an imposing figure. He is a big young man. But Bullet Rogan was on the opposite end of the spectrum. Stood about 5'7", weighed about 180 pounds. Satchel Paige would call him chunky. But Bullet Rogan was a tremendous athlete. When Bullet Rogan wasn't pitching, he played the outfield and hit cleanup for the Kansas City Monarchs. Bullet Rogan could rake. Leroy Satchel Paige, who said that Bullet Rogan was the onlyest baseball player that he ever saw, that he ever heard of, that pitched and hit cleanup in the batting order. That was Bullet Rogan.
I thought his name was Bullet Joe. Why they call him just Bullet Rogan?
To get underway, here's the second baseman, Taylor.
We got 101 mile per hour fastball. Nice. Hey.
That catches the top part of the zone, and that's how this game gets started. The next pitch misses, and that's ball 1.
The term two-way player really doesn't capture how spectacular Bullet Rogan was. Bob Feller said he could do anything. He was one of the best black ball players I ever saw. And Feller barnstormed with just about every Negro League star.
Next to hit, Jones. That's off the mark, ball 1. Just about the only thing Bullet wasn't the best at was managing. Chet Brewer once said he wasn't a good manager because he was such a great player himself. He thought it should be easy for you. He didn't know how great he was. Got him swinging. Bullet Rogan, his second K of the game. Yeah. 2 down, nobody on. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
First team Bullet played on was the 25th Infantry Wreckers in the U.S. Army, and there are actually box scores for a lot of his games for that team. Over 4 years, he went 36-3 on the mound while batting over 350.
That's in there. And the count is 0-2. And ball 1. Swing and a miss, and he got him. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. Hughes, the next to hit, takes ball 1.
Hey. Oh.
Line to right, and that'll be a base hit.
Did I mess up?
So a man aboard now with 1 away.
One of them don't give up space.
And now the right fielder, Smith. Swing and a miss, strike one.
0-1.
Now 1-1. And he blows that one by him at 100. Got it looking, that's a strikeout. And the batter now, McDonald. That one's in there, 0-1. Ground ball, left side. Oh, nice play. It's there, and that's a great play.
Good job. Good job, team. Good job, good job, good job. All right. Bullett's versatility perhaps made him even more valuable than Satchel Paige.
We gon' be alright.
We gon' be alright.
We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright.
We gon' be alright.
Here's Bullet Rogan for the first time in this one, and a chance to do some damage. And fouled off.
What a talent Bullet Rogan was. Not only was he an ace on the mound, but in 17 years of Negro League play, he batted .335 and slugged over .500. And unlike Babe Ruth, he pitched almost the whole time with a career ERA of just 2.68.
2 on, 1 out.
Oh, yeah.
This one high in the air to left center. Hamilton sizing this one up. 2 down.
Dang it, I just
If you're going to bring up Bullet Rogan's career stats, Singy, we've got to highlight what he did against white major leaguers. Only 3 recorded games, but he went 4 for 11 at the plate, and he gave up just 4 runs in 2 complete games on the mound.
Oh, yeah.
That one ripped. Going back.
Be gone.
Pulls it in on the warning track.
We're gonna
2
do
on,
all
1
these,
out.
y'all.
Bullet Rogan digs in now. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Coming home.
Wasn't pretty.
Here comes the throw. But it's offline. He will score. On the board first, it's 1-0. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Hey.
Line drive, and that's a base hit to right.
There we go.
And that makes it a 2-hit ball game for Rogan.
Hey. Hey.
Bullet Rogan was one of the winningest pitchers in Negro Leagues history. He now holds the distinction of having the 4th highest winning percentage in Major League Baseball history. And of course, he earned his nickname Bullet because he got that thing up to the plate in a hurry. What's even more remarkable is he threw from a no wind-up delivery, and yet his nickname was Bullet. He had the heavy fastball, he had a great curveball, a palm ball, I guess you could say he threw everything at hitters,
That palm ball is nasty.
including
Yo,
the
what's
kitchen
going
sink.
on? What's up, Malik? How you
And
doing,
while his
sir?
control was not as
Welcome to the
impeccable as,
stream.
let's say, a Satchel Paige, Bullet Rogan had the uncanny ability to work himself into jams, but the great stuff and the supreme confidence to get himself out of jams.
We are playing some storyline mode in MLB The Show, and then we're probably going to play some Road to the Show, create my character, and play some Road to the Show real quick, and then that's probably it. Win one game, strike out one batter.
Big spot here for Bullet Rogan and the Monarchs in a serious jam in the ninth. Murray will hit next. That one hit the knees for a strike.
Okay, Mr.
Strike two. Got him. Rogan with the heater for the K. He's 2 outs away. Glass now at the plate. Yeah, that's in for a strike. 0-1. Big spot. Tying and winning runs aboard with 1 down. Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. And they're down to their last out. Hayes in the box now. Takes strike 1. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2. Rogan is just 1 strike away.
That palm ball, man. Then that 100-mile-per-hour fastball is crazy.
In the inaugural Negro League World Series held in 1924, Bullet Rogan won 2 of those games and was one of the hitting stars in that series, helping the Monarchs capture Kansas City's first ever professional sports team championship in 1924. Frank Duncan, who had been a great catcher and would eventually manage the great Kansas City Monarchs, when asked about who he would choose between Satchel Paige and Bullet Rogan, Duncan's response was Rogan, because he knew that Satchel had all the stuff to get you out, but Bullet Rogan's versatility perhaps made him even more valuable than the legendary Leroy Satchel Paige.
Sheesh, you pitching? Yeah, that's me pitching, Mike. Yeah, this dude right here, Bullet Joe, Wilber Bullet Joe Rogan. That's his name. Okay, history lesson. Yeah, I like playing this type of mode because it gives you a history lesson about like certain Negro League players, and then also like
Bullet Rogan up now with a chance to break it open early for Kansas City.
Like and then you get cards for Diamond Dynasty too. This dude is nice. I like it.
And that one fouled off.
If I was down a little bit more, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. I think I'm supposed to do 2 hits.
Between 1924 and 1925, Bullet Rogan was as good as you can imagine a player possibly being. He won 36 games against just 8 losses, batted .380, tossed 41 complete games out of 50 starts.
Ambush hitting in this game. I am not using that.
Out towards right center field. Newman sizes this one up. He's got it. Runner tags from third. Throw is offline, and he scores. And it's 1-0.
Oh, I got to get 2 RBIs and 2 hits.
Kirby back to work.
When Bullet got inducted into the Hall of Fame, his son said he didn't know if his dad had thrown as hard as Satchel Paige, but when Satch was on the mound, he needed a designated hitter. When my dad was on the mound, he was in the cleanup spot.
Makes the catch for the out. And a quick out, number 1. One person could tell you how hard Rogan threw. Monarchs catcher Frank Duncan. He'd buy 2 steaks before catching Rogan and slip one into his catcher's mitt for protection. After 5 innings, the first steak would be shredded, and he'd switch to another one. And another ball.
Nice little string for y'all, man.
And that one in the air center field. Newman makes the grab, 1 away.
A lot of these athletes Right.
Tell me I was born to lose. But I need a good thing and a bad news. All day, all night. All right, all right. All day, all night.
That's ball two.
All right, all right. Oh, why? All day, all night. Oh, why? All right, all right. Oh, why? All day, all night. Oh,
No, that's ball.
That was a nice pitch.
tell me I was
Barely
born
missed.
to lose.
One down, base is empty.
Oh,
Swing and
that
a
was
miss. And the count is 3-1.
Strike.
Foul ball there.
Just like that, 3-2. All right.
Fly ball down the line. And no one can get to it. It's a foul ball. Lifted in the air, right center field. Bradley sizing this one up. Drops into the glove. 2 down.
I suck. So you started. Bro, yeah, I'm going to finish all of these, bro.
So
No
two
matter how
in
long it
scoring
takes,
position
I'm
with
gonna
1
play.
out. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Bullet Rogan.
Oh,
Drilled
that's
to right, way back
That's
there,
gone.
and that
That's
is gone.
That's gone. Bye-bye. Here we go. Here we go. First home run of MLB The Show.
Rain falling, calling X, but my phone line's dead. I guess my bills ain't paid. No ride to work for the day. Second option.
Right side,
Almost
Bradley has this one sized up.
Just under it.
Hauls it in, 2 away.
Feel like I'm thinking my own dome with escape. Zoning out,
This dude is
working
nice to
out
be,
of what I make. My lady calling, bugging, always fussing. Just cause we ain't balling, but it's hard because the cousin's rich. Cause her husband's hustling.
In the air, right side, Bradley on his way over, pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And that is that.
All right, come on, man.
Swing and a drive, deep right field. Bradley on the move towards the line.
that's a
Won't get to
foul.
this one. It drops foul. Swing and a drive,
go.
and no doubt about it.
Let's
Bullet
go.
Rogan
Come on,
blasts
man.
that one out of here.
Come on. Come on. Good job, Nate. Good job. Good job. Good job. Good job, Nate. Gotta hype myself up sometimes. All right, let's keep on moving.
To give you an indication of Bullet Rogan's supreme confidence, playing down in Cuba, and his catcher was Hall of Famer Raleigh Biz Mackey. And they're facing a team that featured the great Alejandro Ohms, a notorious curveball hitter. And so Mackey is laying down the signs for Rogan, and Rogan's shaking him off because Rogan wants to throw his curveball. And Mackey's like, no, don't throw him a curveball. And Rogan's like, I got this. He can't hit my curveball. And what does he do? He drops 3 hooks and struck Ohms out.
That's
Bullet
crazy.
Rogan was a transcending kind of player.
This dude threw 3 curveballs in a row and struck this dude out. That's crazy. Win the game, do not give up, run. All right.
Bullet Rogan just 1 out from getting the win
Man,
for
they for real
Kansas
gave
City.
us all
Now the
curveballs.
left fielder,
All right.
Martinez. Just missed.
1 ball, no strike.
So they're all loaded up.
1 ball, 1 strike. 1
Got him, and that's the ball game.
Okay, all right. Simple, I guess. Yeah. All right. All right. All right. Yeah.
Gotta do better. I gotta
Crispy
do better.
line.
I gotta.
All right. Extra base hit and 1 RBI. All right. I think we can.
Monarchs looking to add on to their lead as Bullet Rogan digs in with 1 out and a runner at third. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Burns. He's there. He's got it. Out number 2.
Not a lot of players could claim the championship success that Bullet Rogan had. Not only did he win a Negro League World Series with Kansas City, but he won a title for Almendares in the Cuban Winter League and multiple championships in the California Winter League.
Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Drilled out towards left center field. That's back there. And that is that. You mentioned Bullet's success in the California Winter League, Singy. He went 42-14 in his career there and had a record 52 complete games, including one win where he shut down Hall of Famers Jimmy Fox and Al Simmons. Out to short. Whips it across, and Rogan is set down for the out. Swing and a line drive ripped right center field. Throw to third, safe. And runners at the corners to start the inning. Bullet Rogan digging in now. And that misses. And it's 1-0. High in the air, out to right. Bradley.
I'll be trying to get.
He's got it. Runner tagging from third.
At least that's all.
He's in to score on the sac fly, and they lead by 2.
No, that's it.
And the pitch. And that one hammered back there. And that one is off the wall into second, and he's got it double.
Wilber Rogan would join the Kansas City Monarchs after playing for one of the greatest military baseball teams of all time, the legendary 25th Infantry Wreckers. The thing that I find so fascinating is that these African-American ball players who served valiantly, they were fighting for a country that essentially wasn't fighting for them. And yet, if you were to ask them why they wanted to fight and why they wanted to serve, well, the answer would be simple. Because we were American. And there's no greater way to prove how American you are than service to your country. Bullet Rogan was nearly 31 years old when he joined the Negro Leagues. By baseball standards, he's old. And yet Rogan was still tremendously impactful. He would become one of the first superstars of the newly formed Negro National League. In Kansas City, Bullet Rogan lay at rest in a cemetery in what I guess you could describe as a rather nondescript grave site. And a few years ago, we were able to work with the cemetery, who did not allow upright headstones, to install a monument that was befitting a player of the magnitude of Wilber Bullet Rogan, who in 1998 finally crossed over that threshold into baseball's immortality when he was inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame.
Bullet Joe Rogan. That's 2 in a row, man. I like the storyline, man, because like I said, you get to learn about certain you know, superstars and stuff in the Negro Leagues. It's fantastic. What we gotta do for this last one? 4 total bases and 1 RBI.
Bullet Rogan to the plate now, and he's looking to knock in the runners from second and third. On the ground to the left. Base hit. 1 run is in. Now the throw comes in. Runner holds at third. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. That's back there onto the track, and he makes the catch.
It really is a pity that Bullet Rogan didn't get to play in organized professional baseball until his late 20s. Given how dominant he was right away, he could have had many more incredible seasons in the Negro National League.
And now maybe extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. The throw in, safe, and that's his 3rd hit.
Wow, we got Bullet Rogan. What's his card looking like?
I dive deep in the middle of her ocean. You know where to find me. When it's poetry in motion, she don't ever mind me. If I slip, I slide. I don't trip, I glide. When I dip, I dive. When I dive, I dive deep. In the middle of her ocean, you know where to find me. When it's poetry in motion, she don't ever mind me.
They told me slowly is the fastest way to get where you want to be. So I ease to a steady speed. Let that breathe, no push stop. Give me keys to that blue Impala. This the good part. When you living everything you thought about.
Another card. Alright, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. I will be right back, and then we're going to finish off with Norman Turkey. I don't know how to say his last name. Stearnes? I don't know, but I'll be right back. Give me 1 sec, guys. So now, the last one that we're going to do for storylines, we're going to do the Norman Turkey Stearnes. I think his last name is Stearnes. I don't know, but let's get into it, man. Tally 2 bases.
Listen. By now, you may have noticed that the Negro Leagues had great nicknames. As a matter of fact, if you didn't have a nickname, well, you probably couldn't play. And one of the great nicknames and one of the greatest players that you likely never heard of was the legendary Norman Stearnes, a.k.a. Turkey Stearnes. The great cool Papa Bell would say that if Turkey Stearnes is not in the Hall of Fame, then no one should be in the Hall of Fame.
Ooh, that Turkey Stearnes was something. Somebody could hit the ball. I played with him, against him, and he could run, too. Yeah, he could throw. He could do everything, and was a gentleman. Who I think hit the most home run? Turkey Stearnes, I would say.
Norman Turkey Stearnes earned his nickname Turkey because when he ran the base pass, his arms flapped like a turkey. But as I remind folks, this turkey could fly. Around the base pass and in the outfield, tracking down everything that came his way, and he had a cannon for a throwing arm. There was nothing that Turkey Stearnes couldn't do on a baseball field.
No, you just gotta open your eyes.
My bad, guys. I was taking my photo.
Bottom of the first, and now the center fielder, Turkey Stearnes.
The road to the show stuff. So
you know, Norman Stearnes sometimes had a different explanation for how he came to be called Turkey. He said it was because he had a pot belly as a kid, and some other kids thought he looked like a turkey. Man, kids can be so mean. Anyhow, the name stuck.
The numbers Turkey put up as a rookie in 1923 are just eye-popping. He batted .366 with 18 homers and 89 knocked in, and a Detroit Stars record .703 slugging percentage.
One interesting thing about Turkey, he batted and threw lefty his whole career, but he was a natural right-hander. Apparently, he burned his arm as a young man and switched to hitting left-handed.
Hauls it in for the out.
You gotta love it.
Right, back to work. Oh, that was scorched. Forget it.
Yeah.
Turkey Stearnes with a tremendous home run.
Gone. All right.
Well, Norman Turkey Stearnes, as a member of the Detroit Stars, played at Mack Park, which had what looked like a friendly 265 wall down the right field line. But what you'll want to remember is that wall was 12 feet high.
Jeez.
And Norman Turkey Stearnes knew that he needed to hit it high and let it fly. Satchel Paige would talk about Norman Turkey Stearnes' hitting prowess, that he said Turkey would always hit him. In a game, he had collected 3 hits off of him. And Satchel said, the 4th time up at the plate, I felt like I better just roll the ball to the plate because I can't get him out. When Leroy Satchel Paige says that, then you know you must be a great hitter, and Turkey Stearnes was just that.
Turkey Stearnes.
If I slip, I slide, I don't trip, I glide when I dip, I dive when I dive deep in the middle of an ocean.
Runner at third with 1 gone, and here's the slugging Turkey Stearnes.
Take a look out at the right field wall here at Mack Park. It was no joke. Turkey Stearnes used to say that wall needed a tall fly ball if you were going to hit a homer.
Pitch misses there. 1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1.
It wasn't just in Detroit where Turkey showed off some serious power. Buck Leonard said he could hit him through heavy winds in Chicago's Southside Park, and not a lot of players could do that.
And when I wake up, I recognize you looking
Right
at me
side,
for the
hard hit. In plenty of time to first, and they get Stearnes for the out. One really cool story about Turkey. After his playing career was over, he spent a lot of years going to games at Tiger Stadium and just sitting in the bleachers like a regular fan.
Must have been quite a treat for anybody who got to sit next to him.
The throw is offline, and he's in to score. It's 3-1. Swing and blast one down the line. It's gone if it's fair, but it hooks foul. 1 down, base is empty. That misses the zone, and 1-1. Hit on the ground to short, Murray. Slings to first, and they get Stearnes for the out. Burns at second with 2 down. Swing and a high fly ball to left. Glass sizes this one up, nabs it, and that ends the inning. So bases loaded with 1 away. Turkey Stearnes stepping to the plate now. In the air out towards right center. Smith on the move to the alley. Makes the grab. Here comes the runner from third. The throw's offline. He's saved. It's 6-4.
Let's try this again.
1 down, runner at third. Turkey Stearnes, the next to hit. That one off the mark, and that is ball one. Oh, great stop. Throw to first. Run scores, but a terrific play to get the out. Swing and a liner foul off to the right. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. The throw to first, and they get Stearnes for the out. Inning over. High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. That one carrying. Gone.
It worked. It worked. I was wondering why they stopped. I'm like, what? Yeah, I was wondering why it stopped.
City going up, so you better buzz. Finish you really want us, you really spilling blood. Everybody tough, so they gotta go and see the judge. Better hush, never going up. All I wanted was to be a
Corey 1 assist.
To get a little break.
So digging in, Glass.
We need each other. We have to have each other for our survival. From the
Bennett back to work. That's out to center field.
Here's what we're about.
Turkey makes the catch. Now the throw. Home. Here comes the throw.
That was my fault. I was dating. My bad. My bad. Yeah, that was my fault. I was stupid. Right.
Glass getting ready to hit.
That was my fault. It's been a while since I played this game.
Swing and a ball lifted to center field. Turkey makes the catch. Now the throw home. Fires it to the plate. Got him. Turkey Stearnes with a laser to cut down the run and keep the Stars in front.
Unlike the power personified by Josh Gibson, here's Norman Turkey Stearnes weighing in at about 165 pounds. So you didn't just automatically see power hitter, but maybe old Turkey had you just where he wanted you, because they would look at him standing there at home plate with his legendary pigeon-toed stance. And I think all the pitchers thought, oh man, I got this dude right where I want him. And old Turkey had him set up, and he would knock that thing out the ballpark with the best of them. Is why a lot of people are surprised to learn that he led the Negro Leagues in home runs 7 seasons. He hit over 300 in 16 seasons. He now ranks number 6 in career Major League lifetime batting average and number 6 in all-time slugging percentage. I guess that's why you could say you never judge a book by its cover.
Okay. Okay, Turkey. This turkey had power and could fly around the bases and in the outfield. All right, cool. Good to know.
Okay, Mr.
All right.
Bases loaded for the Stars, and here comes the big bat of Turkey Stearnes. Way inside, gets out of the way. In the air, left field, Glass. Sizing this one up. Squeezes it. Runner tags for home. Play at the plate. Not in time. He's safe. On the board first, it's 1-0. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Glass going back. Reaching for it, makes the catch. Turkey Stearnes was an absolute extra base machine, leading the league in triples 6 times and in homers 7 times. No other player in baseball history has even done it 5 times each. Out to center, McDonald.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Hauls it in, and there's one away.
The way Turkey hit, it's no surprise he was very protective of his bats. Buck O'Neil said Turkey carried him around in a special case like they were violins. And he even caught Turkey talking to his bats one night in the team hotel.
2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. On the ground right side, and that one handled to first, and they get Stearnes for the out. That's the inning.
Let's look at everything. I don't like it.
Armstrong back to work. Swung on, belted. No one can get there. It falls in. 1 runs in. Around third. The relay to the plate. Not in time. He's safe at the plate. It's 3-zip. Here's a high fly ball out to center. McDonald makes the grab. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Poppy seeds, mini Connie mommy, all she say is me, no poppy seed. Hardly can speak no English, but counting up the guap we eat. Baby, that's why I little baby, that's why I sip all that singing, I'm back on dirty. Never leave the squad on God, I'm Michael Irving.
Kicks and fires. This one lifted in the air, left field, glass. 2 away down. Like my name was sign me out. Netflix out. Soon as I leave, sign me out. St. Louis up like we in the trees. Dark fried rice like we in the trees. Long hair trick, I'm Keanu Reeves. On the ground, and it's just foul. That was close.
No obstacle. Country and Kool-Aid and bags of hot pickle. She gon' keep up.
1 out. The go-ahead run is at second. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Oh, man.
No advance, good job behind the dish. So 2 down. Here's the center fielder, Turkey Stearnes. Fastball for a strike.
It's 0-1. That's the ball.
2 down, nobody on. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. Inside, and it's 2-1. Hit in the air right field. That one way back there, and that is way gone.
Ooh. All right. Man. All right.
We gon' be alright, we gon' be alright, we gon' be alright, we gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright.
Chance for Turkey Stearnes to do some damage for Detroit as he digs in here. Swinging a foul out of play.
Turkey Stearnes' rivals were amazed he hit as well as he did. Jimmy Crutchfield said he had a batting stance that you'd swear couldn't let anybody hit a baseball at all, but you couldn't criticize him for it when he was hitting everything they threw at him.
2 on, 1 out. Ball 1 there. Yeah, that story from Jimmy Crutchfield singing, it matches up with Satchel Paige's assessment. He said Turkey was as good as Josh Gibson, as good as anybody that ever played. And that one missing inside, a sharp slider.
Turkey showed off a lot of power his whole career. In his mid-30s, he tied Mule Suttles with 16 homers to lead the Coast Winter League. They were teammates that year on the Nashville Elite Giants, and some people consider that the best black team ever in that league.
Swing. All right. Yeah. Good job, MLB. Help me out.
As a power hitter, Turkey Stearnes really never counted his home runs, particularly if they didn't help them win a game. As a matter of fact, the great Buck O'Neil joined the Monarchs the same year that Turkey was there. And Turkey, like most great hitters, had multiple bats. And so in this particular game, he hit it to the warning track, where the opposition caught it right on the base of the warning track. And that night, Buck says he goes up to check on Turkey in his hotel room, and there's Turkey sitting in the bed with the 2 bats. He had the lighter bat that he had used for the flyout, and he's got the heavier bat. And he looks at the lighter bat and says, if I hadn't used you, and I would have used you, I would have hit that ball out the ballpark. Now, I'm not going to say that Turkey was superstitious, but there might have been a little bit of stitious to his game, and it served him well because Norman Turkey Stearnes was a tremendous all-around hitter who hit for power and hit for average.
Turkey Stearnes.
Trust the vibe, Winchester, fly sinister, Philly certified finisher, the prime minister, and God's image, the monument, the homages to the problems, acknowledging how to apply penance for the transgressions that I've accepted, and acquiescence of my own presence as I inspected my loaded charges.
Scoring opportunity for the Monarchs as Turkey Stearnes steps to the dish against Leon Day. Oh, this one high and deep, way back there. Turkey Stearnes takes Leon Day deep for a 3-run shot.
Turkey Stearnes carved out an incredible legacy in Detroit, especially when you consider that the addition of Negro League statistics to MLB's record book in 2024 put him in the top 7 in career batting average, slugging percentage, and OPS.
Safe at second with a leadoff double.
Norman Turkey Stearnes.
Turkey Stearnes hailed from Nashville, Tennessee. Fell in love with the game of baseball at an early age, and it would ultimately lead him to his dream of playing in the Negro Leagues. There are those who will say that Turkey Stearnes, like a lot of the great players from the Negro Leagues, should have had an opportunity to play in the Major Leagues. And they're right, but Turkey Stearnes harbored no bitterness, never expressed any ill will toward anyone who may have attempted to perpetrate something against them as they were trying to play baseball in this country. And I find that spirit to be so endearing. Turkey Stearnes knew that he played with and against some of the greatest athletes to ever play this game. They just happened to be in the Negro Leagues. And I'm so proud that the city of Detroit has continued to recognize the exploits of Norman Turkey Stearnes with the renovation of Hamtramck Stadium in Detroit. The field is aptly named for Norman Turkey Stearnes. And of course, the great Turkey Stearnes flew himself into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 2000, a place that he so deserved to be.
Man, it was cool to play this mode, man, and like I said, learn about these different places. It's cool. And then you also get the cards for Diamond Dynasty. So, but yeah, man, I like playing these type of games. Sorry it was so long, but you know, don't strike out one time, carry one batted, one RBI, 3 bases, 1 extra base hit. All right, I think I could do that.
Turkey Stearnes steps in with a chance to pad the early lead for KC. Yeah, that's fouled off.
Turkey Stearnes and the Detroit Stars played at Mack Park through 1929, but a fire burned down the grandstand. They moved to Hamtramck Stadium in 1930, and Ty Cobb threw out the first pitch at the first game there.
In the dirt. He's in there.
Today, Hamtramck Stadium is one of only a handful of Negro League stadiums left standing. In 2012, it was added to the National Register of Historic Places. And of course, the field is now named for Turkey Stearnes.
Next one misses. 3-2 now. One more note on Hamtramck Stadium, Chris. When it got renovated in the 2010s, a lot of people donated money to help that happen. That included Detroit native, baseball superfan, and rock icon Jack White, who now co-owns the Warstick Bat Company. Glass right there to make the grab. Runner tags from third. He's in on the sac fly, and they take a 2-run lead. Just missed.
I'm a real beach boy. Come round my way. Left me with the either or. Feel these voices.
Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. Relay throw, but he's in there easily.
Was it? All right, cool. That counts. I didn't think that was gonna count.
Nope, that's in.
Here comes a pitch.
That's a ball.
Perry, the runner at first with 2 gone. That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. One run across in the frame so far. Last half of inning number 5.
Look, it's 6 o'clock. I'm hopping out of the bed.
In the air, out towards left center. And that will end the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. And now the center fielder, Turkey Stearnes. The pitch. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. McDonald pulls it in on the run. Turkey Stearnes stepping to the plate now. First pitch just misses. And that one inside, and it hit him. Right, back to work. And a foul ball.
You hit him.
And that one is downstairs. And that's ball one. Out towards right center. That's well struck. And it's gone.
Oh, man. All right. We did it, y'all. We did it. Let's go. Let's go. We did it. Man. Let's go. Woo. That was nice. Oh man, I gotta. What was his card looking like? Second cross speed. Man, that we did it. Alright, then alright, man, that took a minute. But it's all good, man. I wanted to do this and like a full walkthrough anyway, so. But yeah, that was the season 3 storyline full walkthrough. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I don't know if they're going to update the storyline, but if they do, I'll try and make another video of like a full walkthrough to that one too. But that's it, man. I hope you guys enjoyed. Appreciate it. And hit that like button, subscribe, comment, do whatever you gotta do, support your boy. And we're out. Peace.